Every time I feel like I see you, you always come with such great energy, and I appreciate that.
Thank you, Boo, so much. I try. I really do. Not always like this, so
Hmm.
thank you.
I want to know, what do you do to like work on that though?
Mm, I I talk to my parents a lot.
Hmm.
I get their advice. No. Honestly, I'm just thankful to be alive and to be at where I'm at today. I've been through a lot in my life. So when you're kind of at a place where you're like, things are okay, and loved ones are safe and happy, and I'm able to do things that are in my heart, it's really awesome. But just working always on myself and my mental health and making sure that I'm okay is very
Hmm.
important. Just kind of being around people who are loving and kind, and um talking to the right people, right friends. Parents are always like, they're my everything. So they're always there to help me and guide me. And I love talking to my fans too. They're awesome. They make me feel really good. Doing devotions helps me so much to always be centered and grounded.
Hmm.
Yeah, just different things. What do you do?
What do I do? I yell into my pillow, and that
That
normally.
what's funny? I've never really done that in my life. I think maybe just once,
Hmm.
possibly. But if I'm ever really sad, I just start crying.
Really? See, I'm not a crier, but like every Thursday we have a meeting, and I get super anxiety
It like
around it. I don't know why, but I always yell into the pillow. And then I'm like,
that helps. I've
it does.
heard that helps. And also it helps having babies. My cats, not real babies, y'all. My
I
cats.
know, because that'll be the next headline.
Right? Oh no, no, no. They help, and just talking to friends. I love picking up the phone, talking to people, and sometimes I honestly just love being by myself, like just being at home with my cats, listening to
Absolutely.
writing. Writing helps a lot. Uh,
Mm.
or just sometimes being in quiet, cooking. Yeah, it's a lot of stuff.
Are your parents still in San Antonio?
Yes, I love that you knew that. Yes,
Uh,
they're.
We've talked about this before because I used to live in Austin and I would be in San Antonio all the time.
What? Did you like it?
I loved it. I feel like Texas has the best Mexican food out there.
Let me tell you. Oh, we do, and I miss it terribly. I'm in LA right now.
Hmm.
Man, I miss it so much. I really do. But I'm so glad you got to love it, and I'm gonna hopefully go home soon and see my fam.
Absolutely. You know what's funny? I'll go to like a restaurant in LA and be like, "Can I get some queso?" And they're like, What?
They're
Can
like,
I get a big red?"
yes, you're speaking my language.
Exactly.
Love language. They look at you funny here, and I'm like, shit, that's right. I'm not home. It's all good,
People have no idea what a big red is and how it will work wonders for a hangover.
right? Yes, I've yet to try that hangover, but next time I'm gonna do that.
Try it, try it, try it. Listen, what else have you been doing, of course, during like quarantine, your downtime? I see that you've been spending a lot of time in the studio. So you've been hustling this year.
Yes, I have. It's been awesome to be able to do that. To continue to make music, to write, to be creative. This past few months have been very interesting for me. I'm
Hmm.
taking it all in, honestly. Um, I did an award show, Premios Juventud. I recorded a lot. I did a music video, and I just recently filmed a movie, my first film, Atlanta. Yeah, I'm so. It was really wonderful. One of the most, probably the most um, special thing that I've done for
Were
many
you
reasons.
nervous?
Hmm?
Were you nervous?
I was. I knew that I had it in me, but I was nervous the first day. I knew the ropes. Like, I felt like the world was very familiar with me because I've been training, and kind of the little there's little similarities in like shooting a video versus filming a movie. There's, instead of lyrics, there's cues, or there's words that you go off of, and it's similar. But once I really got past my nerves the first few hours, I was really in it the rest of the time. But yeah, at first I was nervous because I wanted to do wonderful work, do my best
Hmm.
work. and be present and be what the producers and the writers saw in me. And I was, because that's what they said, which is awesome. But I definitely worked really hard and was so beyond invested in it. It was a journey. It was really, really wonderful. I miss it.
I was wondering how do you remember lines?
It's easy.
Is it?
Well, I think for me it helps because it's like lyrics. You
Hmm.
memorize them and they just kind of come. So I'm used to memorizing things, I guess. So my brain kind of picks it up pretty quickly. But yeah, I think it's that part of the brain that registers lyrics, that registers lines for me. But you just gotta practice and keep doing it, and then you'll get it.
So you have somebody that runs lines with you.
No, well, the director, he, well, we would kind of get to set and then
Hmm.
kind of rehearse it, but the director beforehand we would collaborate a lot on my character, and he would kind of give me different pointers, and I would um kind of collaborate with him on my vision and my thoughts, and it was really beautiful synergy. Um,
Mm.
but yeah, it was kind of easy. You just memorize your lines and you show up, you rehearse, and it was very free. It's a very free environment, so it's not like it was this uptight,
Right.
um, space. It was very relaxed, and it was a little safe haven. It was really wonderful. I miss it
Can,
terribly.
can you talk about when the movie's coming out or not just yet?
I heard it was possibly spring 2021, but
Hmm.
it's really early. We just wrapped, but hopefully around that time, and I'm setting my eyes on
I
that.
cannot wait to see it. I also want to talk about the book. I feel like I said you've been busy finding your harmony. Here we go. Yes.
Yay! I wrote a book too during this time.
How excited are you that the book's out? Also, like, how are you nervous for anxiety? Talk to me.
A lot of it. I think, well, definitely most importantly, just excited to share my story, excited to show people like the real stuff, like the nitty gritty, the journey, the hustle, the grind,
Hmm.
the 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 lessons, all of that. Um, I was definitely nervous before about some of the stuff. I'm like, hopefully people take this part well, and hopefully
Right.
be very nice about a lot of what I had to say. But oh my gosh, it's been wonderful. Like people have been so supportive, and I was surprised because I'm like, I don't know, certain things I get personal and deep, and they were very supportive, and I'm like, wow, thank you everybody. But the thing is, my book is really it's really about my faith and my journey to where I am today and overcoming a lot of obstacles. And
Hmm.
it's like a self-help book mixed with a faith-based book mixed with like a how do you say, a career book mixed with the autobiography. It's a lot in one. And that's the wonderful part about it for me is it's inspiring, and it's filled with hope and a lot of love and a lot of lessons. So that's why I'm just mostly so excited to have it out. It's a beautiful thing to accomplish and to have is a book.
I'm really excited about that. At what point did you say to yourself, or was it someone that came to you and was like, you need to come out with a book?
Well, I had always knew that one day I wanted to write a book. I'm
Hmm.
a, I'm a writer, so I love telling stories, and I love storytelling and obviously lyrics and stuff like that. But I didn't really realize that I was gonna come out with a book so soon. It was Will, my one of my managers. He said, like, I really think you have a story to tell, and I think now's the perfect time. You came out of Harmony, and you endured a lot there in your personal and in your career, and there's a lot of hope here and a lot of lessons. And I'm like, okay. And we started, having conversations, and it happened. And little did I know how much life I would have lived in these past 2 years that I didn't expect. I had a lot come my way, a lot of victories being on my own as a solo artist, but a lot of tragedies too, losing some family members, and had to deal with a cancer diagnosis in my family.
Hmm.
Uh, and just a lot of different lessons too. But seeing how God worked in all of that in my life, and I would have never guessed what would have occurred in these past 2 years. That was so
Hmm.
cool. And you know, obviously I want people to read it. So if you could read it, guys, so you can see what I'm talking about. But
Absolutely.
God just made everything
Provides.
possible, and yes, he provides, and he healed my uncle of cancer. It's like it's extraordinary. It's stuff that kind of just leaves you changed and leaves you different.
Hmm.
But it's really special to be able to share that with people.
When you're sitting down and you're writing said book, are you and you're thinking about the things that have gone through, that have happened to you? Do all of those emotions come back to you rushing as you're writing the book? They do.
Yes, yes, they can't come back rushing, which I didn't want to happen a lot of it. I'm like, I don't want to feel this pain again. I don't want to open up those old wounds. And I didn't. It sucked because a lot of a lot of things that happened in Fifth Harmony or from childhood that I write about. It's like, dang it, you can feel that. It's amazing how your mind could just transport to that moment in a second. But at the same time, it is so cathartic and so healing writing about
Hmm.
it all. And that was the most beautiful part about it, is yeah, allowing myself to go back to those places, allowing myself to feel, to cry, to emote, to let it all out of me in a way that I really never had before. And then also just seeing how far God's brought me, feeling like, oh my gosh, I remember being in a moment where I was like, there's no hope. I'm hopeless right now. My life will never get better. I'll never be happy. I'll never be at a place where I'm living out my dreams or where I believe in myself or any of these things. But then seeing where I am today and like encouraging the reader who feels that same way is pretty special. It's such a beautiful thing to see, and like just to know that you can go from feeling hopeless to feeling hopeful. It's beyond what I could have ever thought. So I hope that people can get hope or joy from my book or inspiration or just that encouragement. I hope I can be that encouragement to my readers and saying like, hold on tight or don't give up or believe in yourself or continue on. Um, that's my prayer for this
You're,
book.
you're being that vessel.
Thank you. Thank
Hmm.
you so much. I'm trying.
Let's talk about the Christmas song, which I do love a good Christmas song. It is called Baby I'm Coming Home. Tell us all about that.
Yes, it's my very first original Christmas song, and I love Christmas so much. It's my favorite time of year. For me, it's all about family and love and faith. And this song is so much fun, and especially now more than ever,
Hmm.
"Baby, I'm Coming Home" really hits home. I know a lot of us are missing home and our families, and I hope that this song can bring that feeling to people of kind of that togetherness or that joy or that little Christmas spirit. But it's super cute and fun. And when I was recording it, I was just envisioning like my little cousins dancing to it. And there's a cute little animated music video to it. So you guys for sure check it out.
That's amazing. It's like we are on the cusp of 2021. What's popping off for Ally Brooke?
A lot. Oh my gosh. So I released that. I have a new single out with Afrojack called "What Are We Waiting For." You guys have to check that out too. I just came out with a feature with Fed Legrand called "Gatekeeper," and it's
Hmm.
so fun and sassy. Yes, I
Hmm.
have more music coming out before the end of the year, and just continuing to create in the ways that I can, and continue to talk about my book and hopefully spread a lot of light there, a lot of love to many people, and always continuing the music. But I'm excited. You kind of don't know what's ahead because of these
Hmm.
times, but at the same time, I'm excited. I have some hope in my heart.
First thing you do when they say coronavirus is no more, we can go back out to live our lives. What is the first thing that you're doing?
Oh my gosh, home. I mean, I'm gonna hopefully go see my family soon, anyways. But man, just to be with like the family, I want to go back to Disney. Oh my gosh, please, that would be probably number one. Go to Disney with my fam. Anything with family is what I'm all about.
I love that about you. Well, I appreciate you jumping on and chatting with us. Much success, or should I say continued success, and please come back anytime.
Yes, thank you so much for having me, EJ. You're awesome. And